All right. Let's talk about the TINVs. These two right here. The big difference, and I said it just a few minutes ago, but I want to make sure everybody heard it again. This is what you're using to find T. You're using it to find T when you're going to use the manual equation. So you're doing this for the first problem on the homework, you're doing this for the second problem on the homework, you're doing this for the third problem on the homework, you're doing this for the fourth problem on the homework. All 4 problems you're using one of these. Just decide which one's more comfortable for you. Here's the weird part. Yes, there is a difference. Almost every equation we've had in 301 and last week, there was no difference whether you use the dot or not use the dot. The same numbers go inside the parentheses. This is the only one we've learned where you got to use a different number for the first number if you're putting the dot in. TINV, the first number is the significance, period. I find this one to be the easiest one in my opinion, because it's just the opposite of the confidence. If it's 90% confidence, that first number is 0.10. If it's 95% confidence, that first number is 0.05. There's no dividing in half or anything. But if you decide to use the dot INV, it's the confidence plus half the significance is the first number. For both of these, the second number is degrees of freedom. If the sample size is 25, how many degrees of freedom?
24.
24, very good. It's that easy. Degrees of freedom are obvious. Boom. Sample size -1. That's it. So here we go. Here's the difference. Let's say in this particular problem, what does it say? We're going to find a 95% confidence interval with a sample size of 100. That's all the information you need to find T. So if you look here, it says equals TINV. It's saying 95% confidence, so you put the opposite, which is 0.05 significance, comma. It says sample size 100, so the degrees of freedom would be 99. Now down here though, same problem, 95% confidence, sample size 100. But the difference is, to get the same T, is that first number is not 0.05. Instead, it's 0.95 plus half of 0.05, which would be 2.5%. So that's why you got 97.5%. 0.975 is the first number. I know we've had other equations last week where you're taking the confidence plus half the significance, but if you, in my opinion, if you have the option to just use the significance without that dot, this is the one I find easier. But it's up to you. You can use either one you want. They're both acceptable.